Alrighty guys, what's up? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and the New York Knicks had laid another egg, and we are down 3-1 in the playoff series against the Atlanta Hawks. In this video, I'm going to give you guys my Game 4 recap, give you guys my thoughts, what happened in this game. We got absolutely blown out. Do we have a chance to claw our way back being down 3-1? We will find out, but in this video, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, let out some frustrations as a Knicks fan, and basically, I'm going to tip my cap to the Atlanta Hawks in this video because they are coming out here and proving to be a very talented team on both offense and defense, and man, this was a very frustrating game to watch. But before I hop into this video, I just want to mention, if you guys are new to Knicks Media, do not forget to smash that subscribe button. If you guys enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's jump right in. So, essentially, guys, we were competitive for one half. Second half, we got blown out of the water. It feels like this New York Knicks team, they're coming out there and they don't have a sense of urgency. They don't have a sense of confidence within each other. And you can tell they're not moving the ball offensively. They're not playing the way they played all season defensively. Julius Randle is still not stepping up. I mean, this is probably his best game of the series, and that says a lot because he struggled so much throughout the entire series. And tonight, he still shot the ball very inefficiently, but he did put up solid numbers, but he did not have an impact on winning tonight. Or today rather. So Julius Randle continues not to step up and be the guy that we were hopeful to see, the most improved player of the year, the guy that was the engine of the squad the entire season. But man, we can hang our heads and pout and all this stuff, but I'm not going to do that. In this video, I'm going to try to give an optimistic approach, even though it's very hard to. We went out there and got blown out of the waters. We look like the bad team. The Atlanta Hawks are playing all collectively. They're hitting their shots. They're doing everything you want to win in playoffs in the NBA, but the New York Knicks are just not stepping up, man. So it's just frustrating to watch. But let's just get right into the individual performances. We'll start off with Julius, because Julius, if you look at the stats, he didn't have a bad game statistically, but he did not play well in order for us to get the W. You guys know what I mean. I don't need to go more in detail about that, but he finished with 23 points, 10 rebounds, 7 dimes, 7 of 19 from the field, 2 steals, 2 of 4 from three-point land, 7 of 9 from the free throw land, and 5 turnovers. So the 5 turnovers is inexcusable. I know that Julius has struggled with turnovers all season, but he cannot win with having 5 turnovers. But man, Julius Randle, I feel like it's a confidence thing. I just don't know where he's at mentally. It looks like he's not getting to his spots. And you got to tip your cap to the Atlanta Hawks defense. That's what's causing this havoc of Julius. He's uncomfortable. They're not allowing him to get to his spots. We know where Julius Randle eats, and that's on the baseline. Whenever Julius gets the ball and they run an isolation for him, he loves to dribble into the baseline, do a fadeaway, and he usually hits a contested shot. But now they're shadowing him. Capella's there. Whoever is going to be in the paint, they're going to double team him and create havoc, and Randle's not handling it well at all. He's not making the right reads. He's not passing it, and when he does pass it, it gets picked off. He had 7 assists tonight, which is not terrible, but he's a step slow, if that makes sense, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Julius is not himself, and it's frustrating to watch because that 71-game regular season that Julius Randle had was incredible. Most improved player of the year, 24, 10, and 6. First time in Knicks history, and we're not seeing that Julius in the playoffs. He's just not stepping up, and it's someone that needs to step up the most, because I've said it over and over again, every single video, I tweeted out multiple times, we're not winning this series without seeing the Julius Randle we saw all regular season. And that's obvious. It's that simple. If Julius can get his stuff together for Game 5 and we come out in home court and take care of business, you never know what can happen. But Julius needs to get his stuff together. Let's move on to RJ Barrett. He definitely had his best game of the series. He had 21 points, 6 boards, 4 dimes, 8 of 15 from the field, and 2 of 6 from downtown. 3 or 4 from the free throw line. So he shot efficiently, shot over 50% from the field. I liked RJ Barrett's urgency. It felt like he actually had motive. He was aggressive, driving to the rim, absorbing contact, finishing at the rim, going to the free throw line. He just felt more aggressive. I felt like the first 3 games, RJ was very passive. He did not want to take charge of the game. It felt like he just wanted to let Julius do everything, let D Rose do everything. He didn't really want to be involved. But today, we saw RJ Barrett get aggressive, and we need to see that from the youngest player on the Knicks, the second leading scorer on the Knicks. We need him to be doing this for the rest of the playoffs. I mean, now we're in quicksand because we lose one game, the series is over, but it's definitely good to see RJ Barrett get more aggressive in Game 4. And then getting into Derrick Rose, he had his usual dominant self. He had a very good first half, but he definitely cooled off in the second half. But you can't blame D Rose. He needs help. Derrick Rose was the most consistent player this entire series, and nobody is stepping up besides him, and it's unfortunate. But Derrick Rose finished with 18 points, 6 assists, 2 rebounds, 7 of 15 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So Derrick Rose continues to shine. He is the guy that is the leader of this entire series, averaging around 23 points per game throughout the entire series, the first 4 games. And you got to tip your cap to D Rose, man. He's turning back the clock. He's playing a different style of basketball. He's going to the rim. He's shooting the ball. He is very smart with his passes. And it's unfortunate that he's the only player that's been consistent, because I feel like if we played like we did all regular season, like Julius and RJ consistently, we'd be in a better situation. But man, those are the top 3 guys I want to break down: Julius, D Rose, and RJ. Before I get into the other players, we need to talk about this collective effort on defense, because this is what's killing us the most. We were a team that was in first place in opponents' 3-point percentage, opponents' field goal percentage, and opponents' points scored. And that is a different animal when it comes to the playoffs. We're letting the Atlanta Hawks get their shots. The Hawks don't miss. I know that they're getting some open looks, but it seems like whenever they shoot the ball, it doesn't miss. And it's so infuriating to watch, whether it's Bogdanovich, whether it's Danilo Gallinari, John Collins, obviously Trae Young, Clint Capella down low. They just have shooters on shooters on shooters, and they're just so talented. I feel like this Hawks team is very well constructed around Trae Young. When Trae Young has the ball in his hands, he runs a pick and roll. If we defend them really well in the paint, then Trae Young is either going to lob it up to Clint Capella, or he's going to dish it out to a wide open shooter in Collins or Gallinari or Bogdanovich. And the defense is just not there. The defensive game plan from Thibodeau, it's not what we're used to seeing. We're trying to put pressure on the ball on the perimeter. We're trying to wreak havoc. We're trying to force Trae Young to the left, but they have so many weapons where it's not like when we shut down Trae Young, then there's other players that steps up. Danilo Gallinari, isolation, just does mid-range fadeaways with contested. John Collins, there was a possession where we played phenomenal defense. RJ was all over him. I think it was DeAndre Hunter locking him down. Hunter passed it to John Collins. Randle's all over John Collins. He puts up a prayer and hits it. And that's just a perfect example of the luck that we have in the series. When we do play great defense, nothing goes in our favor because they hit tough shots. They get second chance opportunities. Clint Capella's a dog on the rebounds. So it's just a collective effort. I don't know if it's us playing together. I don't know if it's a sense of urgency problem. I don't know if it's a coaching problem. I don't know if it's just the Hawks outplaying us. If it's a talent problem. It's really hard to determine what's the issue here. But long story short, the Knicks are getting outplayed. They're getting out hustled. They're getting out, the Hawks are shooting the ball ridiculous from downtown. And the crazy thing is, the Hawks as a team started the game 1 of 11 from downtown. And I looked at my friend. I'm like, yo, maybe the Hawks are going to be cold from downtown this game. And right when I said that, they hit their next 4 of 5 from downtown, and they just lighted up the rest of the game from downtown. It was just so infuriating to watch, because whenever we do have some opportunities on offense, Randle hits a 3 for 1, Burks gets a shot, RJ gets a shot, and then they just follow it up with an easy bucket on the other end. And we get so caught up in being down by double digits, and we cannot fight our way back. The whole second half, we kept trying to claw our way, and we couldn't get stops. It's that simple. This team, the identity of the Tom Thibodeau New York Knicks in 2021, it started on the defensive end, and we're not playing defense. We can talk about how we're not moving the ball on offense, and offensively we're not shooting the ball well, whether it's Julius, RJ, and all these guys, but defensively we're not where we are, and I think that's the reason we're losing this series right now. That's the reason we're down 3-1. We do not have an answer for Trae Young. We do not have an answer for the shooters. We cannot put pressure on the rim. We cannot do anything. We can't protect. And a big factor where I'm not going to make excuses, but we definitely have to talk about this, because Nerlens Noel, he's not playing like himself all throughout the season. He's injured. He's playing through an ankle injury. He does not have an impact on the game like he once did. Taj Gibson is stepping up, playing big-time minutes and doing a phenomenal job. Taj Gibson, 6 points, 3 boards, 2 steals, and a block. But man, Nerlens Noel, he only played, where is he at? I can't find him. Sorry. 14 minutes of action. Only 14 minutes, and did not have a block or a steal. That's what we're missing. I think we're missing out on Nerlens Noel. He was one of those guys that stepped up big time when Mitchell Robinson went down, was the anchor of the defense, and ever since he twisted his ankle, it's been a problem. And if you look at game one, Nerlens Noel played very well until he got injured. And ever since that injury, they threw Taj Gibson in the starting lineup because they know that Nerlens is going through a nagging ankle injury, and he's not playing like himself. He doesn't have any blocks since that injury. No steals. He's not crashing the boards like he once did. And it's unfortunate because that's the anchor of the defense of protecting the rim, and that's what's creating all these easy buckets at the paint. Trae Young driving to the paint, Clint Capella bodying us down low. It gives us more opportunities to dish it out. It's just, I don't know if that's the biggest reason, but it's not helping us out. Hopefully Mitchell Robinson can come back in game 5. I don't think that's going to happen, but I miss Mitch desperately. Let's talk about Obi Toppin, because Obi Toppin had I don't know if this is a career high, but it feels like it. Let me know in the comments. I don't think it's his career high. Definitely the most points he scored in the playoffs. 13 points for Obi Toppin, 6 boards, 5 of 8 from the field. Hey, man, if you want to take some positive from this playoff series, it's Obi Toppin, because he did not show confidence all throughout the regular season. Well, I wouldn't say that. The beginning half of the regular season, Obi looked lost out there, and then the second half, he definitely got more confidence driving to the rim. But Obi is playing with a different mentality. I don't know what clicked in his mind, but he's driving to the rim aggressively. He's finishing through contact. He's shooting the ball. He's getting aggressive, and that's all I ever asked for Obi Toppin as a rookie all season. Use your athleticism. Use your craft. Get confident. Go to the rim. Don't be passive. Don't be indecisive. And that's what we're seeing from Obi. So, like I said, if you want to take a positive from this playoff series, I know we're down 3-1, and it looks like this series is over. It's going to be really hard for us to come back. But Obi Toppin is something that we can look at in the future. And Emmanuel Quickley, he has not stepped up ever since that game 1 crazy performance when he knocked down 2 threes from way downtown. He has been ice cold. 0 points today. Absolutely disappointing. And then Alec Burks off the bench, 4 of 12 points. We can't do anything without Alec Burks going. And then Reggie Bullock, donut. This is one of Reggie's worst game as a Knick. 0 points, did not play good defensively. He was just all over the place, and I love Reggie, but man, he has been struggling. The one game we won was because of Reggie Bullock. I've always mentioned that he's the X factor of this Knicks team. If he can play very well on the offensive defensive side of the ball, it's going to put us in a good position to win these games. And when Reggie's cold, the Knicks are not going to play well, because he's who sets up the Knicks with those wide open threes. He was 0 for 3 from downtown and 0 for 4 from the field, 0 points and 0 steals, 0 blocks. So he had no impact on this game, and he finished with 33 minutes. So Reggie was doing cardio out there, man. Reggie's doing absolutely nothing to impact this game, and it's just so infuriating, guys. So there's really nothing else to break down. Now we're down 3-1. I'm going to come out with a preview video of Game 5. We're going back to the Garden. Let's win 3 straight. Let's make history. I'll rephrase that. Let's win at the Garden before we have to worry about winning 3 straight, because as we know, historically, when you're down 3-1, it's borderline impossible to dig your way out. But I just want to see these Knicks go back to the Garden. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be sold out. We got to protect home court and bring this into Game 6, because I do not want to lose in 5, because that would be pretty embarrassing. It's already embarrassing what's happening, because it would be different if we lost today in, dramatic fashion, a tie game going into like us 10 seconds left, just like how we lost game 1. But for us to get blown out in the second half, it's just embarrassing to be looking at this Knicks team who is, exceeding everybody's expectations in the regular season and showing up duds after duds. But man, it's frustrating. But hey, guys, if you want to take positives from this series so far, it's Obi Toppin. And we have to really ground ourselves and look at the big picture, that we know that this Knicks team is not a championship team. We know that they're a long way to go. But obviously, me as a Knicks fan, you guys watching this video, we expected the Knicks to take care of business and at least be competitive in the first round series. We all wanted the Atlanta Hawks. We did not want the Bucks. We did not want the Heat. We all wanted Atlanta, and they're giving it to us. We got to tip our caps. I said it in the beginning of the video. They're playing very good basketball. Trae Young is playing like a superstar. McMillan is coaching the team very well, and they got shooters upon shooters. The defensive game plan against Julius is next level, but man, it's frustrating. I'm going to come out with more videos, go live before Game 5. Let's take care of business on home court. Please, New York Knicks. Let me know down below, guys. I'm sorry if this video is not the most optimistic. I'm trying to be as realistic as I can. Please feel free to comment down below your thoughts. That does it for this one. Let's go, Knicks. New York, we here. Peace out, guys.